We're halfway through the year and so far I have read 54 books. I have talked about 14 on this channel and read the remaining 40 off camera. How about you? How many books have you read so far this year? First thing first, Happy New Month to those of us who read books and those of us who talk about books. Hey fellow book lovers, welcome to another episode of My Books and I. And today, I'll be talking about Edge of the Sun by Alexander Emmanuel Ochogwu. This book tells the story of two young boys, Sim and Jaja, who grew up in Bodo, a community plagued by brutality, killings, and cult clashes. Due to their circumstances, they were exposed to harsh realities from a young age. Sim's mother was arrested when he was 7, and he was left in the care of his paternal uncle and aunt in Bodo. This marks the beginning of a new chapter in his life, far removed from the previous experiences in Lagos and the UK. Talk about a culture shock. Sim went from the glitz and glamour to becoming a hardened cultist in Bodo. In contrast, Jaja's life was dominated by notorious Bowe boys cult. Led by his two elder brothers, Jaja did not only join the fraternity, he became the king of the Bowe boys. This cult group preyed on young boys, robbing them of their innocence and forcing them into a world of violence. It's hard to say whether fate brought Sim and Jaja together, but their meeting was both a positive and negative turning point for Sim. Jaja saved Sim from another gang and they formed a bond that would change their lives forever. Sim, experiencing lack in his foster home, was cheated and maltreated. He had to fend for himself, and while trying to navigate surviving on his own, he was initiated into cultism by Jaja. The young, intelligent Sim now became a full-blown cultist who killed without any iota of guilt. Life gave both of them a shot at redemption when they encountered Professor Uzoba. He took them under his wing, shielded them from harm, and paved the way for them to receive a scholarship. 7 years later, they returned to Bodo with university degrees and new perspective, ready to start their NYSC program. Their relationship evolved from leader and subordinate to being best friends and then being brothers for life. Despite serving in different states, they remained close, but Karma had other plans. Sim decided to look for his estranged father after 18 years. This reunion, however, took a dark turn. He was kidnapped. What struck me about this book was the vivid descriptions that brought the story to life. The author's portrayal of violence and emotion was so real that you could literally feel every emotion raw and unfiltered. I also loved how the characters were introduced and how each character contributed significantly to the plot of the book, from Ebiye to Little Abdul to Priye to Suleiman. Little Abdul was the one who found raw gold stones inside a cave, and that again became fresh trouble for Jaja. Apparently, the actual owners of the gold were looking for it and were determined to kill as many people as they could until they found their missing treasures. Jaja, determined to keep the treasure safe, did eventually succeed, and that was how he was killed in the process. Of course, I am recommending this book, but please be sure you have a strong mind before you dive into it. That's it on today's episode, guys. Thank you for doing this with me as usual. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. See you next time. Bye.